Right. I want to say a few words on what is the distinction between superstition and religion? And this doesn't have to be a long reply, but it's an incredibly important one. I don't know. I mean, you can think in your own mind that how would I distinguish? Would I say I believe it's just God in the equation changing it all? Not at all. Because somebody could say, I believe in a particular God that tells me to, stand on one foot every Wednesday and then do something, and it's not the concept of a God that makes the difference. What distinguishes religion, or if you want, some people have called it true religion, but just religion, real religion in that sense, from superstition, is that religion in essence is based on a pursuit of intellectual or reason based, and that's what I mean by intellectual and meditative inquiry. What they would say in Arabic, tadabbur, okay, and tafakkur. Or as the Muslim theologians use in their books, nazar. They say nazar, which doesn't exactly mean sight, it means reason or reflection. So this kind of reflective, meditative inquiry is what fundamentally separates religion from superstition. Superstition, for the most part, are irrational beliefs that play on mostly play on people's hopes and fears. So that's the distinction. Now, some people may say there's an overlap in certain things. Depends on the perspective, but that's what really demarcates and delineates, separates these two. So in Islam, you have you have many traditions of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam for a significant period, going through this reflective, meditative solitude, where he would go to Ghar Hira, or he would go to cave Hira, and he would be in a reflective, meditative state of personal reflection and inquiry, and you see that, and this is why the Quran really does say on so many occasions, even though whether people do it or don't, but it says, "Afala yatadabbarun," do they not then get into this reflective, pondering state? Whereas superstitions would never ask you, that's not their road at all. They would never say, oh, ponder over these things, or reflect, or get into a meditative kind of a mindfulness inquiry, or they would never do that. They would just play off hopes and fears. And I think that's an incredibly important distinction to know, because if you take faith seriously, this is my view, it should not be based off fears, hopes and fears. I think if you take it seriously, I mean, if you want to, it's your choice, it's your life, it's your faith, it's absolutely fine. But I feel, and this is really the language of the Quran, that it doesn't say to people, just do it out of this. Some people could use certain verses to mean that, but most of the verses speak about a pondering, speak about reflection, a mindfulness. Most verses speak about that. Whereas superstition, so if you this is something we've got to ask ourselves, like, where are we? But I thought it's important to share that. Cool. All right. So